Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's GaTTi. In the last episode we were down here in the slime chunk trying to make a slime farm, and I wasn't getting much success with the drops, and I have just cleaned it out. That's probably why there's not going to be much here. But we did sort of find out that the mobs weren't really spawning on the server. This one always has more. And to try and fix it, you know, for the technically minded, where we were running on Spigot, we changed it back to vanilla, and that fixed up the mobs. There were mobs everywhere, and this slime farm was producing as it should. But the server lag was really bad, and it sort of got unplayable for some people. So then we went back to Spigot. The mob drops have sort of like dropped off a little bit, but it's a bit better, and we're still tweaking with the parameters a little bit. So hopefully we will get that all sorted. So given that now that I'm getting quite a lot of slime, and you can see I've got 52 blocks here, I thought it was time to do a shop. So there was a lot of discussion about where the shop would be. Some people wanted it in the Nether, some people wanted it on a mushroom island, and I wasn't a big fan of either of those ideas. And in the end, we have a shopping district now that is in Flat Plains, which is not far from spawn. So let's just go there now and have a look. Just a word of warning, it is still like a work in progress, so it's not completely finished. So this is our shopping district. We just flattened it out a little bit, and we've put some netherrack in to sort of show where the roads will go. And behind me, we've just been playing around with some road designs, but they are not finished yet. And as you can see, I have created a slime farm. An interesting little sign there. And let me turn around. Here's my slime farm. What have we got next to us? Not sure what this is. String. Okay, so hey, we're selling string here. That's fine. Let's have a quick look in the slime farm here. So you did also see in the background here the evil company called Costco. They're just after money. They're not interested in anything else. So they're the evil company. My nice little company here is selling slime blocks. So it was 1 diamond for 5 slime blocks. I believe over in Costco they were selling them at the time for what was it? 1 diamond for 3 or something. I don't know. It was more expensive, so this was a better deal. I built this little contraption here, so the light means it's still on. And the way it works is you put in your diamonds, and it dispenses way too many blocks. Yeah, someone would have got a good deal. Let me just see if that was a one-off fluke. I think it's been paying too much, but that's okay because I was going to adjust the price anyway to, yeah, I don't know what I'll adjust it to, but I'll think about that. Yeah, we're going to make it cheaper because as we saw on this sign over here, Costco have reduced their prices. Slime block 6 for a diamond, best price. Well, that's not going to last too long because I'm going to beat the price. So this is our shopping area. Let's go see what Costco have got. They've got a zombie infestation out the front of their shop, which is just typical. I would expect that. They're probably hired thugs to scare people into their shop to and hope that they might buy an axe or something to protect themselves with. So yeah, this is the shop. Basically sells everything, and it's all inferior quality. This is the store security. I heard a rumor. Oh, he's looking at me. I heard a rumor that he actually bashed a customer, possibly a pensioner, at the back. So let's get out of here. Oh, being attacked by their thug. So that is the tour. That's what we're up to. I don't think there's much else to show you as I slowly burn to a crisp because I don't have any of my armor on. Yeah, because I've got fire protection. That's why I expected that fire to go out a lot quicker. So this is the shopping district. That's all good. We've got a portal, a little railway line that takes us to our little nether hub. So in the rest of this episode, I found the sea temple. So we were thinking that maybe we could use some of the sea temple blocks for our paths in the shopping district, which means I'm going to have to build the sea temple farm, the Guardian farm. And it's a big job. It's a big job. So there are two types of farms to do currently. One is the sort of traditional one before the Soul Sand version came out, where you'd drain out the whole area and build your farm that way. That was quite time consuming because you had to fill the whole thing with sand, and that took forever. It's a lot of sand. The newer version, which just uses the soul sand mechanic, where soul sand at the bottom pushes the water stream up, and that pushes the Guardians up onto a shelf of gates, and then we deal with them that way. So that is the one we think we're going to do. I have been chopping down trees and collecting lots and lots of gates. So we will go and start working on that. I've got a couple of helpers that are going to help me. So I'm going to start planning that, and I'll come back once we've got something to show. For the remainder of today's episode, we're going to look into building the Guardian farm. So I've conquered the Elder Guardians out of this farm, and we are going to look at putting in a farm. So there are two types of farm. There's the old traditional farm, where you basically put a big border around it, you get some sand, you fill it up with sand, you drain all the water out basically, and we can use sponges. I did manage to find sponges down there to drain all the water out, and then you make a Guardian farm that way. Or the newer method, which uses the mechanic, the soul sand in water pushes a water stream up. So you basically cover the bottom of this in soul sand, the water comes up, pushes them up through fence gates, and you collect them that way. I think I'm going to do the soul sand version. I've been cutting down trees, collecting all the wood to make the gates. I've enlisted some help from a couple of the guys on the server. So I was thinking, though, I'm going to probably need more soul sand. So what I will do is race off, get more soul sand from the nether, and we'll come back with a bit of a status update with how we're progressing with the building of the farm. This is our supplies so far. We've got one stack short of a double chest of dirt. I went and got some more soul sand, so we've almost got a full chest of soul sand. I'm not sure how much we'll need. And I've got 9, 10, 11 and a half stacks of fence gates, as well as some more wood there. I'll go over to my little wood farm, which is hiding over here. I'll probably chop down a few more. I will transport this over to the Guardian farm location and start the build. Hey guys, it's halfway through the build of the Guardian Temple. I'm using my cam account so I can just zoom around. I've got my friend Zed around here somewhere. I can hear him doing stuff. I'm not sure where he is. Oh, he's removing the floor somewhere. There he is. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of gates here. So it took a bit of time, and I had a power failure halfway through, because the temperature here reached 45 degrees Celsius, which I don't know, I think it's about 113 Fahrenheit or something. And the electric company couldn't cope. So one thing I learned is the conduits attack the bad guys. I thought there was someone here invisible, like slaughtering them all. But no, these guys take them out. So we've put a couple of extras out here probably just to help us reduce the numbers. I'm not sure it's doing a great deal, but yeah, you see that one just died. So I didn't know they did that. So that's pretty cool. The next step after we take out this, and I probably should have given him my my shovel because it's a lot better, but anyway, I'll be there in a minute, is to remove most of the temple underneath, and then we're going to be putting the soul sand, not that far down, but down on the ground. And at that point, we're just about finished. So I'll come back with an update once we're once things are starting to look good. I'll be back soon. Just another quick update. We've built the little collection area. I've chucked some lava there and they will fall down the bottom to a horrible, horrible death. But we found out that in this like third of the farm, the source blocks didn't go all the way to the top. So our little upward bubble stream didn't work. They only got up to the top of what looked like where the building used to be, where the sea temple used to be. So what we've done, I've completely covered the ground in sand and we're planting kelp. Now there's something going on with the server at the moment. The server's helping us out. That it looks like the mob cap is completely taken up somewhere else, and I've got no guardian spawning here, which is good for now, but might be bad for later when we're trying to actually get some drops from the farm. But I'm gonna let this grow up. Like, I think this was the level that we're worried about. So if all of these are up to at least this level, I could probably take it out now. Just gonna leave it a bit longer just in case there's the odd weird spot somewhere. So, and because I had the opportunity, I covered up the whole of the soul sand. So underneath the sand here, I've got the original soul sand. So we don't have to try and replant all that. So that's where we're at the moment. Hopefully in an hour or two I'll come down here and I may have guardians to contend with, but I'll be removing all the sand, leaving just the soul sand, and fingers crossed at that point we might have a working farm. So I will pop back, hopefully, and I was hoping also to get up there, hopefully with a working farm. Well, ain't this a grand sight? We have got a working guardian farm now, and the spawn rates are pretty good. Seen a few better than this, but it's quite satisfying seeing them jump out of the water and head off down here, and you know, it's not fun for them at the end. So we had a few setbacks with the soul sand not having source blocks all the way to the top, but we did manage to resolve that, so that was good. So they come down through here, and at the moment we've got them dropping through lava and just dying on some hoppers down there. Here's our next happy customer. So obviously they drop their drops, but we've also got the option here to flood this with water, and we can stand in here and hit them with our sword, and that will give us some XP as well. But if we go down here, we've got just a few chests collecting. So obviously the thing we want this for is the lantern. So I've been stealing all this, and we've got enough of that, and over here. So there you go, 40 lanterns. I'll put it over here in my stash. And we're doing alright with the sea lanterns, so they'll be up in the shop shortly for a ridiculous price because we've sort of got a bit of a monopoly on it. So let me just get up here where it's a bit safe. I'm going to just pop over to the cam account. We'll go and have a swim around under there and have a look what's on. Okay, so here we are in the cam account. You can see what's going on here. We've got a squid doing some aerobics. So a lot of gates, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pretty bad, but no, it wasn't too bad. The bad part came later down here, placing the soul sand. And removing the monument. Like, that was a bit of fun as well. But we got there in the end. So some weird things are happening here. So you can see over here was where we had problems with our source blocks. Put some sand across, put some kelp, grew it up high enough, but there are still some areas here where it's not happening. So luckily I overdid it a little bit. So we really only need the soul sand to about here. So I'll probably come in and remove all that soul sand, and these few blocks here that aren't still working with the upward flow, I might just try it again. We'll just cover them in some sand, put some kelp down, leave it for a couple of days and then come back. But that is, and that little block there is sort of annoying me a little bit, but that is it. That's the farm done, although I believe we need to put a lid on it to improve the spawn rate. So probably the next thing I'll do, and you know, we might have a look at it next week, but we'll put a slab roof over the top of this and see if it improves the spawn rates. Now, I'm not getting anything at the moment because I don't have anyone logged in. My cam account here doesn't count, so that's why it's a little bit quiet. But anyway, that's it. That is that farm done. I'm just wondering, can I? No, I'm just a floating head in the sky. But that is our episode for today. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. It was a fair bit of work, but at the end of the day, we're going to get a lot of lanterns out of it. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be bringing out a video here once a week, and the Mind Saga server has reloaded, so we'll be spending a little bit of time in that. So we might get one or two, probably only one of them a week as well. So hit the subscribe, hit the like, and I'll see you next week.